Hello and welcome back to South Coast Busways, here looking over Havant and Waterlooville, where we have a few routes with Solent Blue. The 10 from Portsmouth up to Havant, the 115 from Portsmouth up to Horndean and Clanfield, the 110 from Denmead down to Hayling Island, the 108 from, where is this? Purbrook, from Purbrook to the Weacock Estate, and the 109 from Havant to Denmead going the other way around Denmead. But aside from that, we've not really got much here, and there's a lot more we can do. So, I am thinking, because the 108 runs within Waterlooville and the 109 starts in Havant, that we alternate with even-numbered services being centred around Waterlooville and odd-numbered services being centred around Havant. And in the spirit of that, let's get our Solent Blue local route colour. And put in a new route, and it's going to be a local service in Havant. Right, as that's loading, I'm going to get OpenStreetMap so that I can see what I'm doing. 135th route of the series, very nice. This is going to be the 101. Havant, and because it's a circular, this is it's going to go to the Warrens. Havant and the Warrens. And it's going to start up here at Havant Station. There we go. And we're going to come down, stop there at Market Parade. And come down to stop here at Havant Bus Station. Then, coming out of Havant Bus Station, we're going to go this way through Bedhampton. Then up this way between the 109 and the 110. And then this is the Warrens. You know what, actually, it's a fairly short route. Let's not do the time lapse for this one. Let's put a stop there. But let's have it go this way. Better. Have a stop there at the church. Have a stop there at Bedhampton Station. Or there. I guess that also works. No, I like the stop there. That's good. Then we're going to go up there. Then to Park Lane Church, then up there to Hazelholt Drive, to Point 7. That's a really weird name for a place, but you know what, sure. Then it's going to go there, which is going to be Keyhaven Drive, I think. Then let's put another stop there at Park Community School, another stop there at Woolston Road, St Clair's Avenue, Polner Court, Bury Down Road, St Clair's Avenue, Buckler's Court, Durford Court, Bewley Avenue. That's a really awkward place for a bus stop, so I'm going to put it there. And that does not like. Why does that not like? I don't know. Because it likes now. And that's all that matters. To Point 7. To Hazelholt. To Park Lane Church. Leicester Avenue. Bedhampton Holt. Ingledean Close. St Joseph's Church. That's just named after a random shop, that's fine. And then I'm going to put the Market Parade stop up here, actually. And then Havant Station, and it's going to go around the turnback loop. There we go. So that is the 101 from Havant to the Warrens. Very quick, very short little route. I like that as a little route. That's fun. And it's going to run every half hour. There's going to be a whole big network of local services around Havant and Waterlooville, so I'm not too concerned that this says it will take 33 minutes to do a return. Because we're going to have interworking. And a lot of the services... So services that go from this side of Havant are going to terminate at the station, and services from this side of Havant are going to terminate at the bus station, so that there's plenty of overlap. It does mean, however, that west to west will interwork, but west to east won't be able to interwork, which just makes things a little bit more difficult. Let's run that every half hour. I don't care how many people are going to use it. We're going to run this with EMs. So, timetable. Monday, Saturday, outbound. I'll keep you with for this, because this is not going to take long. Monday, Saturday, daytime outbound. It's going to go to hourly in the evenings. So let's get rid of the stops to St Clair's Avenue. I like that. It's about the halfway point as well, which is nice. Havant bus station, we'll give it 2 minutes there. Then I'm going to give it one at 0.7. Because that's like a big roundabout. And another one at St Clair's Avenue South. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to put the next time point at St Clair's Avenue on its way back, so it's going to spend 1 minute there before it heads back. So the first run is going to be at 05:30, I think, from Havant to the Warrens. And the last run out is going to be the 18:30 for the daytime service. There we go. Let's set our vehicle type to the not the EXH. It's a big bus for this route. Also a very, very specific model. Let's then do our evening service, which is going to run from 1900 until 2200 every hour. So that is going to be Monday, Saturday, evening outbound. And then let's do our inbound services. So Monday, Saturday, daytime inbound. EM type. This is going to start from 5:50. Yes, 5:50 until 18:50. And we're going to just get rid of all these stops. Like so. And then we'll put in a timer point at the school, at Bedhampton Station, and 2 minutes at Havant Bus Station. Just like that. Then on Sundays, this service is going to run hourly. Sunday outbound. And it's going to start from 6 on a Sunday, but it's going to have the same start time inbound. And we're going to run it until 2100, I think. Copy that and paste. Then let's copy that. New timetable, paste that. This is going to be our Sunday inbound. Now I am aware I've not done my evening inbound for Monday, Saturdays. But I'll get to that after this. So we're going to start it at 5:50. Like so. And we're going to run it until 20:50. Perfect. Yeah, that's not gone entirely to plan. No, this needs to be 6:20, so the first one... Is that the same on Monday, Saturdays? No. Okay. So this actually needs to be... Hang on, let's just check, because I want it to... the first bus. Claire's Avenue, 6... So actually we want this to start at 6:30. Like so, and then we can finish it maybe at 20:30 instead. And let's have a look at how that works on a Sunday. Good. And then the last service is an inbound run. But I think that's fine. So, that's the timetable almost done for the 101. Sunday inbound. Copy. Paste. Just move that up to pretend that I didn't mess this up. Monday, Saturday, evening inbound. And this is going to run from 1920. Yeah, 1920 until 2120. So 1920 until 2120. Perfect. Lovely. That's going to run out of SW later. Next, I want to do the 103, which is going to be the exact same as the 101, but going the other way around the warrant. Our next route for the Havant town system is going to be the 105 from between Havant and High Lawn, which is over here. And for this, we're going to come out this way, follow the 110 briefly, then we're going to come up this way, up the top, just miss the 103, and come around High Lawn like that. So let's go Havant Station, Market Parade, the local stand at Havant Bus Station, then out the top, like that. Then we're going to stop there. Then we're going to stop at Park Parade, which is like a little shopping area that actually looks quite nice. Brandine Road, Winterslow Drive, over here, then just down like this. Before coming back in to serve Park Parade there. With an additional stop there, actually. Just, you know, it makes sure that we go the right way. And we also want to have that there. Then we're going to come back around, stopping there, 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 local stand at the bus station, Market Parade, waypoint in the turnback, and Havant Station. That is the 105 from Havant, or between Havant and a circular of High Lawn. So this one is going to run also, I mean, all of these town services are going to run every half hour, and they're going to be doubled, so you're going to have an anti-clockwise and a clockwise. It looks like I'm doing the clockwise ones as the lower number and the anti-clockwise ones as the higher number. So hopefully that is a habit that I can remain in, because if we can keep this as being like consistent, then that would be very nice. And the timetable for the 105 is now done. So that's going to run out of SW later. Next is the 107. Which is going to be the 105, but going the other way, around High Lawn. So let's own bus route. Naturally, we are going to have a garage in Havant eventually. So this is going to be the 107 Havant and High Lawn. And the timetable for the 107 is now done. And it's not going from SM, that's in Southampton. And that's going to be activated later. So these are the bones of the new local network around Havant. Let's do the 111. The 111 is going to be a bit of a different route. Because it's... see, I don't even know if I want to put it in yet. But the 111 is going to go from Bedhampton up here. Maybe even up here. Because I want to link that in. Somehow. Because that looks useful. Yeah, so this area, I'm calling it Parkhouse Farm, that just makes sense to me. Through Bedhampton like this, so, sort of, into the bus station and then down to Mengham, or somewhere on Hayling Island where it can turn back. But I don't know if I want another route to Hayling Island just yet. And I don't really have much else in Havant to actually do. On the map anyway. Because there's a bit more of Havant out that way before you enter the nothingness that is Warblington. Well, Warblington's there, but you know, once you get over the way, you enter Emsworth, and you know, that's not Havant, it's Emsworth. So there really isn't much more to do in Havant. I definitely want to fill this gap, and this gap as well. This area is called Leigh Park. And actually, idea, what if it comes up this way, then follows the 101 and 103, crosses over, joins the 110 for a bit. Yeah, that's the 110 for a bit. Then goes into Leigh Park and does a loop like that. That's an idea. That will be the 113. I want to keep the 111 for the Mengham run. I am aware that there is a 111 Solent Blue, but it is a mainline route, and this is not going to be one of those. So this is going to be the 113, Havant, and Leigh Park. So that's going to come up from the railway station. There, bus station. Then initially along this way. Then this way, with a stop on Hazelholt Drive, probably there, that makes sense. Then a stop at the other end, then at Barncroft, then we're going to come up this way, so I'll have a stop there, then at Bramdean, Nutley Road, and then when I come down this way, Bramdean, I did want it to come down this way, but there are stops along this way. But there's also a church here, so you know what? Let's stop at the church. That was easy. Then Ashley Close, Hazelholt Drive. We'll stop there, in the middle of Hazelholt Drive. Then come down Park Lane Church, Leicester Avenue, Bedhampton Holt, Ingledene Close, James Road, whatever HSDC is, Havant Bus Station, Market Parade, Waypoint at the Turnback, and Havant Station. That's the 113, Havant and Leigh Park. Now, I am thinking of skipping 115 because it is a mainline route, but it's just over there in Waterlooville. So it's entirely feasible that someone might make a journey that involves both 115s, and I don't want that. So the 113 is going to be paired with the 117 instead. So let's bring the stops back, and I'll do the timetable in a jump cut, as I have been doing. And the 113 is now done. So it's time to get one more Havant local run in, and that's going to be the 117, the anti-clockwise circuit of the 113. And the 117 is done, and we have the first of Havant's town system. So, I have to do some housekeeping just to make sure that the 103, 105 are properly set up. The 107, 109, 113 and 117 should be properly set up for interworking. But let's just go over and just make sure that they all are. Side note, while I'm activating these routes, I have decided, just in my head, that no, my service down to Hayling Island from Bedhampton is actually going to be the 119. I don't want two 111s under Solent Blue. Route number duplication is not a thing that I really want to do. I do it for the low-numbered routes, because it's nice to have your low-numbered routes in your urban areas. But I don't want to do that for the town runners and the regional routes, wherever I can avoid it. Especially when you consider that Solent Blue, Solent Red and Southern Vectis are all South Coast Busways. So they're all kind of the same. They're all the same company. Jurassic County Busways is not South Coast Busways. So there will be a lot of route number duplication between Jurassic and South Coast. Just because I'm comfortable with that. Activate that. I mean, if I wanted to, I could renumber the 115 to be the 15, but I like the 115 being that number, because it is more of a regional route than a Portsmouth City route. So, yeah. Oh yeah, there is also the 191 from Ashurst to Cornwall Morrison's I put in. But that's not going in for a little while, because I still haven't put the MV type livery onto its template to finish it. So, you know. But that's done. So let's go over to the standard way, which is now significantly less occupied than it was before, because I moved a bunch of Portsmouth services down to Fratton where they belong. So let's head down. EM73. I think these can all move up substantially as well. But let's head over to EM73. Yeah, there's a lot of empty spaces that they could use. So I'm going to go into a massive long jump cut, move all of these EMs, and then buy more EMs. And finally we have HC18 HVX, better known as EM144. These still have the Southern Vectis logo on the front, because I was stupid when I made the livery, but we have our 10 brand new E200 MMCs for the Havant town services. So let's see, they shouldn't be interworking yet, because that's the way the game works. If they are interworking, I'll be absolutely floored. But, yeah. consider myself absolutely floored. They are working. So let's see what it does. It starts inbound on a 117. Then it does 103s. Or then it does a rounder of the 103s. A rounder of the 107s. A rounder of the 101. Another rounder of the 103. Another rounder of the 107. Another rounder of the 101. Another rounder of the 103. Yeah, this bus is constantly moving. That is really, really nice to see. I'm very much a fan of that. Let's assign drivers to this depot. And naturally we don't have enough. Oops. Yeah, we don't have anywhere near enough. That's unfortunate. Oh, and naturally, because they're all in the same vehicle group, the Havant ones are getting mixed in with everything else. So that's, you know, also fun. But where there is a will, there is a way, supposedly. And let's just start by putting a bunch of esteems out. There we go. Now we only have 2 shifts that we're dropping. And those will hopefully be a little bit easier to fix. And let's take this one out, because that's 12:55. There we go. 13:30, anyone? No? No. In 2050, you can go there. So if I can get something that starts after 13:50, or after 13:30, 13:20, that won't really help. But I can move that. Again, that doesn't really help. Why am I even thinking about it? 13:30. Anything that frees up something good. 13:15, that doesn't really help. That doesn't really help. You help. You can go there. Now I've only got this one at 12:55. Which... I mean, this garage is already running pretty close. By pretty close, I mean critically close. So, you know. Yeah, this is not all good. This is not all bueno. Hopefully the Eclipse can fit around the 225 and 226. What are they? Orchardly... and Hill Park. Yeah, the Eclipse should be fine. So, that's that. But before we get going on the on looking at that, I'm going to disappear into a jump cut because I need to do the timetable for the X7. And for that, I need a depot in Ringwood. I'm going to use this. I don't know what this... oh, that's like a retail park. Never mind. For that, I'm going to use this big square guy. It's new depot time. Because we're going to be launching the X7. So this is going to be the RW garage. It's going to be home for a lot of the operation out this way with Jurassic County. So let's make it very nice. Is Ringwood in Dorset or is it in Hampshire? It is just about in Hampshire. Never mind. but it is going to be Jurassic County's home. So I'm going to go over to... I can't remember which ones have spare B5TLs. This one has spare B5TLs. I don't know what is the vehicle requirement. Oh no, wait. I need to disappear into a time lapse, make the timetable so I can see how many buses I need. Depot 16. I will get the depot renamed. So this is going to be RW, Ringwood, Jurassic County. Whoa. Jurassic County, there we go. So yeah, I'm going to disappear into another jump cut, and I'm going to get the timetable done for the X7. And the timetable for the X7 is now done. So it runs every half hour during the daytimes, Mondays to Saturdays, every hour during the evenings, and every hour on Sundays. And it's going to use a new livery. We're getting a new livery. I talked about it briefly in a sort of teasing way last week, but we are getting a new livery for this series, which means we're also getting a new vehicle group. What I didn't do is check the vehicle requirement. Should have probably done that. Have a look at what we have. So 5 o'clock from Ringwood, very early start. 6:10 Southampton, leaves us. So it gets back at 7:36, which will mean it does the 8 o'clock. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's get 12 buses over if we can. So SM Shed 2 has, of these B5TLs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, all of you, every single one, you are all going to the new garage in Ringwood. Jurassic County Busways are going to be like the neglected operation, because I want some older buses in this series, and well, Jurassic County just seems the right place because in real life, yellow buses had quite the ragtag fleet. They had, you know, a fair few fairly modern buses, but most of their fleet was quite, well, was something of a mixed bag, to put it diplomatically. So, yeah, here we are. We have our livery. VW, or WV. Ooh, it's confusing me. WV, Stealth, to indicate that it's this bodywork. Ringwood, Forest Flyer, because that's what we're calling the X7, and I will be applying this branding to the X37 as well. But it's not a standard National Busways Morse livery. Oh no. This is Express by National Busways. Please ignore the alignment at the back. It took me forever to get it even this good, and this is not good. But this is Express. Express is going to be the brand for coaches and limited stop buses going forward for National Busways, although I'm not sure what I'll do about the Solent Limited, because I do like that livery. But this is going to be National Busways Express. So, details in the livery. This is Morse code, because we are National Busways in the post-Morse era, so we're using Morse code. Or not post-Morse, but in the Morse era we're using Morse code for branding. Legals on the bottom: Jurassic County Busways, Jurassic County Depot, Mallard Road, Bournemouth. Express on the back. These 3 stripes are meant to wrap around to the back and then sort of hide themselves underneath the X. And these 2 stripes here are meant to hide themselves underneath the glass paneling. Obviously, contrasting front panel with the X branding on it. This X is a gradient from green to red, because as the Forest Flyer, it goes from the New Forest Greens territory into Solent Red. Similar to how the Solent Limited livery starts off blue on the front and red on the back, or red on the front, blue on the back, because it goes between Solent Blue and Solent Red. And we have the Forest Flyer name on the front, above the door. This is one of... this is my favourite livery that I've made for this game, and I hope you'll agree that this is good. I don't want to toot my own horn too much. Obviously on the roof, standard detail, Ringwood, right Volvo. But this is our new identity for long distance limited stop bus services under National Busways. So let's line this up like that to get my thumbnail screenshot. The reason I'm putting it all the way over to the side is, of course, my thumbnail graphic takes up a big square on the left hand side. So you won't be able to see the whole bus, but you'll be able to get a nice little teaser, which I think is going to be really fun. And that is smart. There's nothing wrong with the Solent Red livery. I think that's pretty good. Pretty standard, very nice, but there's just something special about this, which is exactly what I want. No, not depot. You just got here. Import repaint. WV Stealth. Forest Flyer. Isn't this gorgeous? Paint you into the Forest Flyer livery. Then paint you into the Forest Flyer livery. And then paint you into the Forest Flyer livery. Isn't that gorgeous? Aren't these buses just absolutely beautiful? And naturally, I'm going to get these repainted into, or get the destinations changed on these. And they're going to say RW Express or RW Forest Flyer, I'm not quite sure yet. So, RW. Let's see how Express looks in the way that I have it styled. You know what, I like that. Express. RW. Express. Let's just copy that. RW. Then Express. RW. That's 2261, 2262. Express. RW. And I have one more that I forgot about. So, Express, RW. These things are just beautiful. They look so good. I'm fangirling over my own graphic design abilities, but like, these are good, so I don't care. Hopefully we should have some more coming over from Southampton overnight. And it is now time for the commencement of service on the X7 between Ringwood and Southampton. Doing the honours of the first bus is going to be WV2133, or when it's naughty, HX17 SMX. And it's setting off really, really early, and I have no idea why. Because that doesn't go out until 5. But whatever floats its boat, if it wants to go out early, it can go out early. Better than going out late. Anything's better than going out late. So, you know, while we wait for that to go off, I'm going to return to the garage and just admire the beautiful Forest Flyer Express livery, because these things are gorgeous. These things are just beautiful. I'm going to take another screenshot. This one's not the thumbnail, but that's a nice screenshot of these lovely, lovely buses. I think Ray Stenning would be proud, although I don't think it's got enough 45-degree angles for his tastes. Just missed one go. But I'm going to take another screenshot because I'm obsessed with these things. Let's get just the Forest Flyer name, if I can. No, no, oh no. I don't like it when it highlights a bus. There we go. And zoom out a bit. Yeah, that screenshot, there we go. So many screenshots because they are absurdly pretty buses. Now, first buses enters, or the first run from here is, or from Ringwood is at 5. So we're going to take that into Southampton, and then we're going to dash over to Havant to finish the episode by looking at the new town services that we've got. Probably not going to follow any buses within Havant. We're just going to sort of look from on high at how they're doing on their new routes. So, we've just missed the start of the first X7, but I have restarted the game and it's now running beautifully. For how long, we'll see. But we're now coming down into Burley, our first route to Burley, and it's quiet. It's very quiet. But it's definitely going to pick up when we get to Lyndhurst, because this connection from Lyndhurst to Southampton is one that a lot of people, you know, a lot of our little in-game passengers already know and already use a lot. So I don't think it'll take too long before the X7 has truly caught up with the you know, existing routes between Lyndhurst and Southampton, and before people realise that, oh, it goes to Ringwood, I want to go to Ringwood. But this is going very well. Again, not many people on board, but it is the first bus. So it's now 6, and we leave Central Station at 6:02. Very nice. So we aren't actually that much faster than the 7, but that was to be expected. Southampton is now absolutely jumping, and we leave at 6:25 to head back to Ringwood. Oh no, I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to go back to Ringwood on it. I was going to look at our new local services in Havant, which it appears that they are an absolute unmitigated success. That's very, very nice. So, we have the 101 and 103 up here, the 105 and 107 over here, the 113 and 117 down here. So, this is a 101. It's going clockwise around that estate. We have a call. I'm going to decline that because those are a pain in the neck. That would be a 117, I think. That's a 103. I didn't see how that came off of the estate, so oops. But you are going around anti-clockwise, so you are a 105. No, 107. And these are doing really, really well. And there's no event on in the city or anything. So this is my genius at work. Which, you know, it's always nice when your genius works. How many buses are there at Havant Station right now? There are 3. That's not too bad, I guess. It looks like the approach road's fairly long. So that's alright. Just means, you know, we'd have to be mindful. But then again, we are putting more routes in, so I guess it's only a matter of time. So, something else that was only a matter of time was the game slowing down. But yeah, so I think this has gone quite well. We have a whole bunch of new buses. The EMs are coping really well with rush hour traffic in Havant. I don't think they'd be that busy heading back out to the extremities of the circular, but City Bus Manager's always been a bit weird with the directions people travel. So we just live with it. Okay, that one's not coping superbly. Suddenly it's coping a lot better. That's fine. Let's head over to the X7, see how that's doing just one more time. Oh, there's one coming out of Ringwood now. Heading down to Southampton with 15 on board as it leaves Ringwood. That's good to see. What about as we come through Burley? 9. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad at all. It is picking up. Ooh, that one's very busy. That's because it's coming out of Southampton. So where will these people all get off? That is the big question. Lots of people got off there, lots of people got off there. Well, we still have 20 on board-ish coming down to Lyndhurst. 15, 7, yeah, everyone's going to Lyndhurst. That makes sense. Or at least it is in line with what I was expecting. And then it picks up again slightly as we come through Burley. And heading into Ringwood. So, I'm going to return to the new Ringwood garage so that we can gaze upon the beautiful Forest Flyer Right Eclipse Gemini 3. So, I will see you next week from City Bus Manager on the South Coast. Bye bye.